All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Boot Knife, Noble, however you want us to call you. Welcome to an episode of Building Microfighters. And we're going to start off by building a model that was suggested by, and Cliff. Good morning, Cliff. By Boot Knight themselves, a robot they were working on that they've affectionately called Warhound Mark II. So we're going to start with that. It's a robot. It's a little mech robot, probably about yay big, and we're going to start with that. I don't have all the pieces for it, and the pieces I have are all different colors, but I tried to keep them mainly like maybe camo colors, earth colors, so we'll see how it works out. You'll be lurking as you rearrange the room. We're glad to have you, Cliff. Thank you for being here. I hope you're all having a good day. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I promised Boot Knife that we would get going so they can get back to cleaning. Make sure that I've got the instructions up here. Feel free to follow along. This is a model that Boot Knife has made, so we're going to give it a run through with the instructions. And then once we're done with that, I'll talk about the new minifigures. As you can see, I've got the new minifigures hit the Build a Minifig station at the Lego store, including the light blue classic space. So we'll take a look at those in a second, but let's get to building first. So here are my parts, and again, I don't have all of them. There are a couple, the new angled tile, the 1x2 with the cut on it. I don't have any of those, but I was looking at the model and they seem to be sort of a surface level thing. They weren't really holding anything together, so I'm just not gonna have those. I do have a set recently that I made those. Or that I got some. They were gonna go on this TIE Avenger as part of the wings. So if I ever get an order of a handful of those, I'll put them on here too. So let's go ahead and start. Right off the bat, I don't have these in dark gray. I only have these in orange, so I tried to add a dark orange throughout the model again. So I would make sure in the instructions too to say ×2, or at least put one of these up here and say ×2. But the image is good to show that you're building two of these at the same time, so that's cool if they're going to be the exact same models. I think I got everything else. Like I said, I don't have them all in the right colors, but we'll see how the model goes together without the right colors. So good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I had a very long week. Better range of motion? Okay. Well, without them included at all, probably be fine. So we'll get to that when we get to it. So this last week has been very long, very busy, and I'm glad to be able to don't need this anymore. I'm not sad the weekend's over. I'm just saying it was a very long weekend. I need to figure out how to zoom this camera in a little bit so I can get a little closer. I feel like a little closer view would be great. So what's everybody up to? What have you been doing this weekend? Why is that not going in? If you didn't catch it, there's a replay of it. Johnny interviewed Marcella and Christy. From Christine from Lego Masters Series 5, Season 5. I've been watching too much British television. They made it through to the 3rd round, and so he interviewed them about the 2nd round. Krista. I'm guessing it's not Kiesta. Kesta. Oh, I don't have this piece either. This is going to be interesting. I'll probably end up just doing... Find another one. One of these 2 pieces for the toe. Let's just do this for now. Because I don't have the rounded... I don't have this rounded piece, the 1x rounded brick. I think I have a couple on a set somewhere, so I don't want to go pry those loose. So I'm going to use cheese wedges instead. They don't give the same height, so actually what I'm going to do is I think you get the same color. It's going to be white. So you can get a tan. 2 tan colors. Orange. Just need 2 matching colors, yo. Gray. I'm just looking through all the extra pieces from past builds. I've got 2 yellows. Let's do this. Give it a little more mechanical feel. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. One by stud behind it. And then we got some curved plates. And again, I was trying to match. I know the curved plates needed to be gray here, but I'm just trying to, since I don't have a lot of these same colors, I'm just trying to, I didn't have any of the angled slopes in gray. So we're just going to mix and match a little bit. It's going to be a very Forest of Endor looking mech. It's going to be, what if Ewoks built a little robot? It may have been like background noise gave it too much, like you had too much gain on it or something. It's hard to say, but it was fine like in low quality, but every time it got up a little bit, it crackled. And it could have been just like a loose cable or... I don't know, but it was, and it wasn't like unwatchable. Like I was still able to hear everything. So I think you're fine. But yeah, everybody please go check that out. Some interesting behind the scenes of that episode of... Okay, so here's where I would make a change in the directions. I would, in studio, have one of these, since if they're the exact same shape, in studio, make one of them, group it, and then over in the step, copy in the step list, copy that group, and then paste it. And then it'll make 2 of these. Then in the instruction, what it'll do is it'll have a box up here that has one of these with the number 2 in it. And it means you build them both at the same time. So you're not building this and then coming back and building this. That's how I would do it. It doesn't matter either way, they both get built. Just, you know, it'll cut back on your directions a little bit. Now this one will be a little different. Uh-oh, are we buffering again already? Man. My internet must be terrible. I think I'm gonna have to reboot my router after this is done. I feel like we've been having some network connections here. And then I'll have to talk to my ISP and say, hey man, what's up? Still says it's connected, so apologies for that. It's kind of out of my control. The audio sync may be off. Okay, so I don't know why don't need that open. I'm going to shut down a couple things. Hang on. So in this direction right here, this is good because it's right and left. So you can do them one at a time. So let's go through this. This is a bracket, and then a tile, and then a dish. We've got a bracket. And again, I don't have dark gray down. The down brackets are more common in light gray, and the up brackets are more common in light gray. So I have an abundance of the other kind. I'm going to try to keep everything else. And I made mental notes while I was sourcing all the parts yesterday. I'm like, make sure to remember that you're going to use this one for that thing, not the other way around. So then we've got another. But this is pretty hidden, so it's not like it's a huge deal. But I think you were probably trying to keep it all like dark gray internally, light gray externally. And I thought these were both good light grays, but I'll have to go back and flip one of them. One's an old light gray. Got our two legs going. And I only had one of these in dark gray, so we get machine silver or whatever it is. But again, this is mostly to see how it goes together. Like, you can put whatever colors in it you want. You can make a camo version. You can make a Blacktron version. You can make a House Lannister version. Like, whatever you want. Once it's all put together. I'm assuming you've already built this in real life. All right, so the legs are done. Now we're doing the body. Oh yeah, man. Get some funk in this. And I didn't have, these are the only colors of these that I've got. So both of these are going to be dark gray. And I didn't have these in dark gray, so there's going to be a lot of this olive green. And I think it'll look great. I'm the first one to build it. Y'all, this is an exclusive. You're looking at an exclusive model build right here. So I'm liking the coarse, not brick all the way around thing going here. This is very cool. It's actually a little chilly right here under the AC vent. I also like, this always gets me when I like building other people's models with instructions because, oh, this could have been, so was there a reason? I never get to do this. Ask the designer why. Was there a reason you did two of these single ones instead of one 2x2? Did you like having the line back there? Sort of like a little bit of greebling. Because you could very easily do one piece right here. You like the line? Yeah, sometimes I do too. I'll get that and I'm like, you know what? It's too smooth. Did I miss? I did. See, that's fun. We get to ask the designer why they did that. I did that same with this, with the cube. When I was doing, or the sphere, when I was doing the Discovery Microfighter, I wanted a line to go around it, so I left, I forget which part it was, but I think it was 2 of these where I did same thing. It was 2 of the slopes instead of 1 to keep a line. Hello, Missy. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, and this was the one that I chose to do orange on. How's your weekend going, Missy? Y'all ready for library next weekend? Yeah, and here's the first of a couple pieces that I don't have. So these angled pieces right in here. I just built something. Was it the shuttle? That had a couple of those where I could like steal them real quick. I don't see them really easily accessible. I can say I'll just go swipe them real quick. What other sets have I done that had those? One second. Yeah, I didn't see any on a set that I recently built. I thought I did. Oh yeah, well, no, those are just slopes. So I'll have to do without for this instance, but they would go right here. I can get away with it a little bit by doing, why is there extra left on that? Since it's not load bearing and it's not holding any seams together, you don't have those. You can get away with doing slight angled tiles. I just don't have any that are the exact same color. So 1 second. It's not the best finish, but it'll give it a little character. Obviously, you can see in the instructions, that's a nice flush right up against that wedge plate. So we're just going to do that for now. There's a reason why there's an EXR. On each side for the guns. There's an extra side on each side for the guns. I don't know what that is. Okay. We'll get to that when we get to it. The library is the library here in my town, Pflugerville. We're doing Maker Fest, which is a little, it's not even that. And I didn't have gray on here, so you're gonna get some orange right in there. I didn't even have like a nice color to match everything else, so. I had a chrome. Chrome might work. So it's only like for a couple hours on Saturday. I always hope that they're longer, but they never really, it doesn't go that long. It's more setup than anything else. I don't know where that's going to attach. A little farther up. So this is flat right there. And then you flip it around. And I don't know what that attaches to. So there's this part right here. I don't know what that's attaching to. It says it's just going next to that, but there's no stud there. Yeah, it should be attaching right here. Right there, and there's no stud there, so I don't know what this is attaching to. It's just kind of sitting there, which would mean let's unzoom, get back to the regular size. So that's okay. That's what that piece is for. Yeah, there's nothing there. So there's this plate, there's this brick, this snot brick, but there's nothing. So I'm thinking that this should have been two adjacent snot bricks, like that. So it has a stud sticking out on one side instead of one 1x2? Is that what I'm thinking here? Okay, cool. I will go get that. So yeah, so right here, we need this to be replaced. Or this single brick here, you can keep this, and then the single brick can be a 1x sticking out. Either way. You can get a 1x or a single snot brick. I'll go get both. So yeah, however you want to do this, you can either have a snot brick here to do both work and keep this brick down here, or you can keep this one brick and just get a single snot down here. however you want to do it. I'm going to do the top way because it'll match the tan bricks that I already have elsewhere in here. And then we'll put that guy back there and that guy back there. It doesn't matter because it's all going to get covered up. And now we have a stud there that we can put this plate on, like so. And again, another, I don't have that piece, so I'm just gonna do be right back. I don't have those tiles, so we're going to do a 1x and then the curved tile, and hopefully that'll give us the same range of leg motion you were talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the other side too. So that, instead of the 1x2 angled piece, same over here, and then we've got our legs. Oh, okay. So you'll have to take that piece off and put the leg in there, and then it covers that, right? So I would maybe consider putting that piece on after in the instructions. Put your leg on, right? Put the leg on, and then do this piece on top of it. Otherwise, you got to take them off. But yeah, I see where you're going with that. Very flexible legs, very posable feet. It's super cool so far. And now we get to do the guns and the arms and stuff. So those are extra. I hope I got the right length of tube. These are the only tubes I had. So I hope that's the right length. And we've got that there, that there. Lightsaber. This may be a little finicky because this isn't going to want to stay on. This tube. Especially if it's being bent at this angle, that's not going to stay. I don't know what'll help it keep on there. And these may be too short. Let me see if I got a... Do you know what length this was? I feel like it's a little longer. Ah, man, really? I've even rebooted. I've got a new version of... See if there's anything here I can close down. Nope. Get my bag of hoses. So the one I have here is it's a 6, looks like. This is a 5. Don't have anything other than that. A lot of shorter ones, but these silver ones come in 6 mostly. Got, this is a little longer. That looks like it's a 10. Don't think I have more than one of those. Oh, now that's an 8. I may not have 2 8s though. Oh yeah, I do. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think honestly, we've been having like regular, my video games have dropped as well. So the only reason I'm concerned about this is it's very tight, and I know these are just on studs, but there's no way that's such a loose connection that if you crank it around to put in there, it's not going to stay. There are older tubes like this that have a specific connection, but again, they're older, so you're only going to get them in old light gray or black. And this is just what I have. This isn't the end all be all of all tubes. There's this, which is a little more flexible, but it's got like a male end and a female end, so you'd have to change one of these. But it's way more flexible, and it might work actually pretty well. The only difference is you have to like figure out how to change one of these sides. But that's also kind of a big curve. It's longer than this 8. So we've got this old one. I'm going to use black. That works pretty well, because I have a few black ones in here. There's also, these guys are a little more rigid, and I don't have a really short one. So we'll just do these for now. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna get rid of all the rest of these. But this looks cooler. That's the thing. This does look cooler. There's probably a way to do it if you had maybe a half pin like this that you could put in and put that into, I don't think I have a Technic brick. Put it in like a Technic brick. That might hold it a little stronger. So like on the side, you could replace that with a Technic brick somehow. That, and then over here, kind of the same thing. If that got raised up by one plate, you could put a Technic brick back there with a half pin that would hold it in place, and then you could have that good tube. That would be my thinking. But again, your model, you do what you want. I was also thinking maybe like one of these. I don't know if this will work, but like a an open stud plus one of those 2L axles. But again, you'll need a, nope, that won't work. What am I thinking of? A snot brick. Snot brick should still work then. Try that. Yeah, that might hold it a little better. So like right here, have like something like that. And then you can really crank on this and it won't come out. So just a thought there too. But for now, we'll do this. So let's do the other side. Thanks for letting me poke at this a little bit. I really appreciate it. This is fun. This is what I usually have to do with my models too, is like build it once before I officially christen it done. Because in a lot of cases, you don't know. You design it, you do the instructions for it, and you're like, oh, that doesn't work at all. What was I thinking? I've had so many floating components. Oh, and you got your tube on early. Yeah, there's nothing for, well, I guess, yeah, you can put that on. It just curls around, so yeah, I can do that. And then that. And you put it on here. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. Cool. I have all these extra tiles out here. Why did I have all these extra tiles? There's one, there was two. But I had all these extra. Oh, I was gonna play with the colors to see which one looked better, but I don't think it matters. They're on top and bottom. Cool. And the snot bricks never got put in. I'm also missing. Why did I get 5 of those? 5 of those. That's an odd number to be put in there. Now that I think about it, should just be 4. So I think you may have a floating piece somewhere because it said 5 of these plates, these wedge plates, but I only count 4. 2 on either side there. And then you've got 2 regular gray ones up in the front, but I don't know what a 5th one would be for. So maybe it's hidden. If you open the model, maybe it's hidden or it's off to the side or something. But yeah, so there you go. There's a Warhammer Mark II. Very cool. It's a great size. It's a pocket destroyer robot. It's got posability in the hips up here. It can rotate its feet. The feet go up and down. That claw connection is a little weak. I think I've got a bad claw there. But it's great. And you can color it kind of anything you want. That works really good. It's a good little robot. What's up, George? How's it going? Warhound? What did I call it? War Machine? Warhound Mark II. So that's Warhound Mark II. I like it. I like the compactness of it and the posability of it. Good stuff. You know what? They never told me what to do with all this orange brick over here from the shuttle. Free orange brick. Put the rest of these tubes away. I called it Warhammer. Got it. Warhound Mark II. Okay. So now that that's done, we're going to put him over here so people can see him. Real quick, and I turn you loose. Boot knife, you can go clean now, or whatever you need to do. I was going to show off some of the new minifigures that came out yesterday / today. We've got a new classic blue, a light blue classic space torso. Comes on this distinguished gentleman who's going to have that head is going to be perfect for the steampunk village. Focus in on that guy. That's going to be great. This is how he's actually seen to be built in all that stuff. If you didn't, a while back, there's also the dark blue classic space. Here, come on, focus up. So now we got 2 new ones, and then there's 2. These guys came out like 6 months ago or something like that. It's been a while. These guys just came out today. There's also going to be turquoise and gold. So I got my 3 spacemen, just like I got my 3 spacemen last time. So I've got 3 each. Hopefully. Oh, that's nice of him. Tell him thank you. Well, I'll be here when you get back, so don't worry. So yeah, you can go in and get at the Lego store. They've got the new colors here, and then the gumball machine, vending machine, should have gold and turquoise. And I'm probably not going to get the set, but I'll definitely get the figures. So here's another one of the figures that comes with these pants are good because it looks like they have pockets on the front. It comes with a skirt, and then a very highly decorated torso piece. I think this is from a lot of these are from the Dreams lines. Great translucent hair piece. I made sure to get 2 of those because those are great hair pieces. And I got 2 of these hair pieces because I like the kind of the Dragon Ball Z hair piece, right? But this was another one of the figures, the little Wolfman guy. And he's dual printed head, so he's got a smile over here. This one also comes with a tail, a hip attachment tail piece. Then we've got a pirate. I think everybody was kind of excited about. Not a lot of pirates lately. And it comes with a good colored, kind of a multicolored parrot. And these are all individually put in there, so you have to kind of hunt for every one of these. Luckily, I got there and I was kind of looking around the minifigure build tower, and this guy comes up and goes, "Are you looking for the new stuff?" And I go, "Yeah." And he points me over to this little Sterilite drawer that has them all separated out. I'm like, perfect. So I got 3 boxes, so I could get one of each of the new ones plus a couple extra space. Here's a Dreams guy. He's like one of the main Dreams guys. I don't know his name. But he comes with a little blob and a little marked face and pretty cool shirt. It's like a flannel shirt vest thing with a little blob on the t-shirt, and then his marked face is dual printed. Then we've got this lady with a guitar, and she's got more cool hair and a painted face. So if you're looking for like a sci-fi character, she's got kind of a happy dual painted face. Then the guitar extra, which is a nice guitar because it's got a bar on the back, which means it can hold it in and make it look like you're actually playing the guitar. You turn the hand just right. That looks good, right? And her shirt's pretty rad too. It's got like a turntable on it, or LP. So nice, Mateo, that's what it is. Thank you. And then finally, we've got this weird alien wrestler. He's got the alien heads, or the dream bloop head, and then it's got this kind of droop thing on it. You can put it either way. It's a melty clear bit, and then it comes with a balloon. So interesting. I guess his name is Zablo. Got his name on his belt. Wrestler. So here you go. These are the new figures. So if you can get down to your local Lego store, I'd pick these up. Especially the classic space. They're very cool. Also, you can mix and match because they don't, you can get your blister pack. Actually, they don't do blister packs anymore. They came in the boxes. You put the box together and you put 3 figures in there. It used to be the blister packs, but Lego's doing away with those in favor of cardboard. All right, moving on. We now have, I don't have instructions for these, but we've now got the Microfighters, and I've only got 2 here. So if we run short, I can do something else, but this shouldn't take too long. So this Microfighter, thanks again to Boot Knife for letting me, for sending me the instructions for that and giving me the opportunity to build it. I don't often build mechs, like I don't have a whole lot of mechs. I think I can count on one hand the number of mechs that I've built over the years, including like the very first one I tried was about 1.5 feet tall, maybe about 14 inches, 15 inches. and it was a steampunk Cylon. I was really big into Battlestar Galactica at the time, so this would have been early 2000s. And I just took whatever parts I had and I tried to make a steampunk Cylon. And I think it was for a Flickr contest at the time. And it was gross. I tried to do it like a stickfa, right? So like joints where all the joints should be, but it was very skinny and very fragile. So it didn't, you know, and I tried to put like steam tanks on the back and stick gears all over the place and stuff, but it wasn't great. And since then I've done probably 3. So anyway, this is the new Microfighter we're building for Hu Yang. This is the, put him down here so y'all can see him. This is going to be the Paladin class Corvette. It is probably a Corellian design. It definitely has like the Hammerhead or Defender class Corvette look from the front, and then it's got like the side sensor pods, escape pods along the side. So this is very much a Corellian design. So we're going to try to put this together. I don't really know how it's going to go together. I like mechs, so you'll get some more opportunities to build some if you want. I'd love to try it out. Like if you'd like to see, I'll probably take this apart almost immediately. So I'll save the parts in case it reuses a lot of parts. But if you do more, I'll check it out. All right, so I don't really know how this all goes together, and it may not go together very well, but we're gonna give it a shot. So I don't have instructions for this, like I said, but we're gonna see how it all goes together. So we're gonna start with these pieces. That's just a plate. Sorry, get texts. Okay, it's just what time we're all gonna gather for Doctor Who tonight. This is even worse than how to build it with instructions. Like this doesn't even have, this is like just building straight from the model. And I did a lot of no reason to do this. Like there's no reason to have this piece instead of just a regular 1x3, right? Other than it might look better. By the way, these 1x3 round pieces come in dark tan, in case you wanted some. Oh, that actually goes here. Okay. Gonna be a lot of hiding of parts. So I'm gonna try to view this head on and take off some of the top layer so I can see what I did. And just like I thought, this might be a problem. Oh, there we go. That's why. So I'm trying to figure out how that all got put together because it's a little dodgy in the middle there. So we'll hide that. Hide that. It's just a 1x plate. Okay, that's not too stable, but we'll give it a shot. So I watched the first episode of Righteous Gemstones the other day. If you haven't seen that, that's a very interesting show. My oldest child kept getting on me for not having watched it. So I watched the first episode and it was very unique. And I was like, okay, I'll give this show a shot. And then I went back to the episode list. I'm like, there are 4 seasons of this? What is this? This is slope inverted. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be really weird. I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing, or relearn how this all went together once it's built, because that's the problem with building small things, and I think Boot Knife can appreciate this. If it's small, it doesn't feel like wedge plates. Like you're like, oh no, it'll go together fine. And then you're like, oh shoot, I left out a whole thing that attaches it all together. Now what do I do? Provided I have all the right pieces. And then that is that. Oh, gross. I got a regular, got two. Be right back. I'm so excited because I bought a lamp to put over there, so now I can see that these are actually the right colors before I get them all over here. Makes my life so much easier. And these are those pieces. So I will stick those out here. So what do you guys have planned for the rest of your week, for your weekend? Anything fun going on? So that's far enough on that. What do we have up here? Those. Why is that? I'm gonna have to take this all apart because I don't have any idea how this all goes together. This. I have a lot of, but why? Waiting for school to be out. Small building is so much more difficult than big. You think? I don't think so. It definitely has its challenges. I don't think the building part is difficult. I think the designing part is difficult because you've got to try to get as many details as you can into a small space. And sometimes, like, I have no idea what is going on here. So I'm going to have to take this off. Huh. Well, I don't know what I did here. Okay, so hide. Okay, there's a missing piece in here. That missing piece. Right, but what goes under that? Anything? Or does it matter? I don't think it matters. So we're going to do that. So now that's very solid. Oh, I see. Yeah. I agree. You can hide a lot more. So these guys, hide them. I think I'm running into, I don't know how this is attached. Because there's nothing holding this on here. Oh, well, maybe there is. There's one thing. So here's an indication of I built this without thinking about it. So this is okay, let's see if I get this right. I need a 2. So this has to be built as a group. That and what is that? Is it adjacent? Did I not put an adjacent brick in here? These are all other there. Okay. And then okay, my stream may go a little wonky. Beth is doing an appointment online. So we're both technically streaming. So then we'll put this guy in here. So if it gets a little weird, I apologize. Not like it's been great up until now. So this all has to be built, and then it attaches here, and then I think you just put these 2 pieces on underneath it. Why did I keep these as that length? I need 3s, not 4s. All right, give me 1 second. That was the fastest I ever got these 2 pieces before. So ideally, that's going to go on top. I get these 2 pieces here, and they go like that. Yes, like that. Let's put these together. This also is going to inform me how I do the instructions, because I know I've got to do a certain. Yeah, that's not a great build, but somehow I was able to get it to stay on. There's nothing under here. I'm also going to add something to go under here. I have the right color, which I probably don't. Just like hanging out over here. This should work okay. Yeah, that is not on there very well. So I'm gonna have to rework that, that's for sure. But let's go ahead and do the rest of this. So we've got that and that. What's up, Greg? Your mom and you are going to build botanical sets. We got yesterday. Nice. She got Plum Blossom, and I got the Petite Sunny Bouquet. George is going to get ready for Brick Rodeo and the our library build, so that'll be fun. So I did this, so let me show you. This is on with just this stud right here. Right there. This whole thing is being held on by that corner. So then I can turn it over and have a snot build. There's no reason for me to do that. The plates would have just been fine upside down if I had just layered the plates. But I think I wanted those two slopes in the front like that. So, which means though that the only way to attach these is like push down on these two little corners while holding the middle instead of like squeezing, because the squeezing kind of lets it loose a little bit. So it's not the most ideal of builds. And I feel like it's not lined up right. So I don't exactly know. I'm still not convinced this is right. I'm missing a level somewhere in here. Small Venator with all figs and pieces for $100. Nice. Now I'm done. Now I'm done. So let's hide again. Me relearning all my old how to do my own model. See, there is something underneath here. Aha. There's two plates. See, that doesn't line up though, so or at some point you could find that you're just missing a plate in here. There's nothing holding this, so I need a second plate in here like that. You generally don't get two of those. Do I have an extra? At some point, I bet you that was probably one of those 1x2 plates that error out. So I was trying to fix it and forgot to replace it, is my guess. So now this should all line up a little better. Still kind of loose in there, but I don't like that. So you're talking like the old 2010 Venator, the one that like opened up and had the Chancellor and like I think it was like a Senate Guard and something else. I liked that set. That was a good set. So then we've got a bunch of these, or at least one of those. Hide. Man, I did not do well getting the parts selected for this. As banal as it is, I'm running low on these parts. I have a lot of old gray, but not the new gray. All right, so the front end is pretty done. It's pretty good looking. Yeah, it has the handle built into it. That was one of the first ones I saw with the handle in it. I'm like, what? What? All right, so now I'm gonna do these in groups. No reason for those to be that color, apparently. That's just a pleasing color combination. The dark red and dark tan. Love it. And the latest Bricklink thing, I got a bunch of these droid heads. So hopefully a lot of thrusters coming up. Put that guy in there. And then go to this guy. And these two guys. These are that, and then these for no reason. Oh no. Shoot. Sometimes I don't think when I design stuff because I just want it to look right. So I get these pieces like this. Those curved bricks in dark tan, and I'm like, no reason, just want that color. I definitely am not a person who builds with what they've got. I will go out of my way to find whatever color works best, and then if I don't have it, I will buy it. So I probably spent more in shipping over the years than actual sets. I'm totally not waiting for Ben to see my message. Did you send me a... Oh. Did you send me a message? Hi. You said hi. On YouTube. Oh, you said hi. Like that's... What's up, Scott? How you doing? Any upcoming Lego pickups? Other than... No, Greg. Other than I just got all these space guys. These classic blue space guys. All the new figures. And I'm not a figure guy, so I don't know why I went out and got a bunch of figures. All right, so main body's done. Normally, that would be it. This is like the size of a Microfighter normally, but because I'm a glutton, it's 130 parts. This is way too big, but we're gonna do this. So I got a bunch of these to put in here. Did I miss a message, Boot Knife? Oh, you sent me a message on Discord. Oh yeah, absolutely. You want to take a look at the colors you used? For sure. I will 100% do that for you. All right, so this is the weirdness that is these weird engine blocks. Oh yeah, you're gonna... You're doing Brick World? All right, so these can all be... I have an extra piece for some reason. Oh, that's because I didn't put it over here. The rest of these, and these are extra, are gonna be engines. So I'm gonna build them all kind of at the same time. Because they all are the same build, they just look different. Or they're just angled different. They're the same build, they just look differently. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture of it right now before I forget. And I will send it back to you. Going to Brick World and stopping to look at the PAB on the way. Nice, 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 nice. I guess that's, it was nice having, I'm short one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, only 5. Okay, I thought there were 6. Having a Lego store kind of in town is like you don't have to wait for a special trip to go. But that also means that there's a Lego store nearby where I don't have to wait for a special trip to go. Like, we just went yesterday. I was like, hey, you want to go get lunch and then go to the Lego store? I had to put in lunch because if I just said, hey, do you want to go to the Lego store to Beth? She'd be like, no. I'm like, but I could use the company. We don't see each other all that much because she works late. She'll come home and then like an hour later, I'm like, well, I'm ready for bed. Yeah, you bet, man. Again, it was fun. Oh, there's that extra piece I was looking for. It was a fun building, and I'm really happy that you let me build that. Sent me the directions for it and everything. So I hope you get some good use out of it. And you were able to see like some things like, yeah, I need to do a different build here for some reason, or, you know, stuff like that. So I hope that was helpful. I think I may have grabbed too many of these. Because I have a bunch of extra of these for some reason. I think you put in plenty of time. I think that's, I mean, you can see I put in lots of time on these too, and I still have a lot of things that I need to work on. Space Babies should have faces early next week. That's cool. You're getting your custom print jobbies for those. So the engines are all done. Let's see how they are arrayed. Got one that kind of goes up like that. We've got one that kind of goes sideways like this. Got a couple that go... Oh, that's going to be a problem. Are these clipping and they didn't tell me they were not clipping? Yeah, I think they are lying to me. What's the configuration back here? So I'm going to have to be very careful with how these go in. Oh, I guess not too careful. All right, cool. Well, I've still got these guys put in. Boot Knife, I think what you have with what you... with the small pieces and everything, I think you did a great job. I think it's really good work. And of course this doesn't work. Why does that not work? Yep, just like I designed it. Just like I drew it up. So this doesn't have enough purchase for the inside of that. So I don't know why I thought it would. Yeah, that's not. That's not a whole lot there. I don't know why I thought that was going to work. At its maximum angle, it won't even hold it. So I have to put something else in there now. Do I have extra in here? Did I order any extra? Maybe these. Okay, it's not ideal, but it's not as flush as I'd like. It's still not bad. So there you go. Cool. So there's your, yeah, these are not going to hold on very well. They're going to come off real easy. All right, so I got to figure out a different method for that. I'm asking it to do too much clutching. And there's just not enough in there for it to hold on to. So that's something I need to work on. I mean, it's very dodgy, but it'll hold in place at least to look at. But I'm definitely going to rework this section. Try to figure out something else. Because there's just not enough room in there to put those on there. Not enough for these things to grab onto. But we're going to put him in here, and we're going to call this one done for now. And he sits really low in there. He doesn't want to sit. Okay, so next thing is put a chair in there. Because Hu Yang has a backpack, and it's butting up against that. So we're going to get our chair piece, stick it in there. I like the chair pieces a lot. It's the only reason I keep those around. And there you go. Sits in there just nice now. So we're going to go ahead and finish this guy up. I did make changes on this. We're going to get a tile, not printed. This guy, doesn't matter what color. We'll just say light brown. That's usually what colors I use. The chairs. I don't think I changed anything else on this. Everything else should be okay. It looks good, I think. But again, it's a little, these pieces are fragile. This didn't go together well, but in the end, it held up steady. I like the engines. The engines turned out great. It's exactly the configuration I wanted. Yeah, so I think it turned out good. So there's one. Hopefully, this second one won't take as long. because I think we futzed with that one for a really long time. The next one is going to be the Fiend Fighter with Shin Hati. So we'll put this guy down here. He's done. We got the Warhound Mark 1, Mark 2. I love these trays. I need more of them. I would say I need more of them, but I also don't need just piles of small piles of Lego just strewn around the place, because I needed places to put piles, unfinished models. Okay. Hopefully this one won't take as long, but we shall see. So there's a plate 4x4 to start. We'll start there. And then underneath that, we've got 2x2. Let's hide these and see what's built under there. So we've got and this is going to be another one that I may be redoing, only because I don't know how the engine block's going to work. It's a little fidgety with the lift arms. All right, my YouTube health stream is excellent. Here's another piece that no reason needed to be round. No reason. It's underneath. Doesn't matter. Okay, and then we'll put these guys on here. And then these guys. Is this 2 or 1? It's 1. All right, dude, my dude. Did I not get one of these? I think I didn't. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I was like, what? Okay. So that's in place. Then we've got I didn't sort these in here. Those could have been tiles. I don't think I have any tiles. Hide some stuff so I can see what I'm doing. And again, I didn't put anything under here. Must not have been important, but I'm going to need to put something under there to hold it up. So I have to add a plate and we'll make it. Oh no, there is something under there. I just hid it. Okay, got it. Okay. hide that to see how that overlapped. 2x3. This guy on the front. So your Space Baby faces, Johnny, are they... is it someone who is just local to you in Pennsylvania? I don't know how close you are to Pittsburgh. Or is it someone who can do national shipping stuff? If somebody were to say, hey, I need something done, just seeing if there's any reason they wouldn't want their information shared, drive some business. This is brick modified, just one. What's up, Mayo? How is your I've got a lot of stuff to build, so I'm gonna stream for 8 years. Stream. I saw that you were on it the other day. Yesterday, actually. This is a weird ship because it's got this little bitty engine in the back. That's all it is. Like, even the Lego build is just a little bitty hole back there. It's got like these big pontoon things, which may be like stabilizers, but there's no blasters in them. And it's just got this little engine, which is like right behind, or little thruster, which is like right behind the cockpit. Didn't understand that a whole lot, so. Yeah, and I don't think I have a single one of those. It's that one. Built as much as I can when I was motivated of sets the chat voted for. Cool. Good to hear. Now the back of this ship is actually a little more conical, but I didn't have the right pieces for it. They do make rounded corner pieces that are like 1 brick high, and it's like a quarter round brick. It's really cool, but I don't think they come in that color. The only reason I did it is because my stream co-host made excuses to avoid me. Aw. All right. So then we've got these and these. These I had to order special because I didn't have any of these, but I feel like it was necessary. And now I don't see the other one. There's this one. Did I not get all of them? Okay, I'm gonna be mad if I'm actually missing. Oh, there it is. Okay, just couldn't see it. I get so panicked when that happens. I'm like, there's no way. All right, so this goes in front. Again, no reason to do this. These are kind of unique pieces, but I'm gonna bury it. Under stuff. I got these because I didn't order the parts. I didn't have these, so I didn't need those. I've got some random colored parts in here because I didn't think I was gonna get all the pieces for it. That, that. These are random pieces. What the actual... Okay, well, this piece isn't integral, so I'll have to go get... I don't know why I didn't put a tile on this one. Or a grill. Go get a grill plate. Greeble it up a little bit with some grill plating. Yes, I agree. People are not smart. Did y'all see the footage of the Cheese Hill guy? The guy that there's a... I think it's called the Cheese Hill. Where you just roll down this big hill. And this dude like just catapulted himself. It was kind of nuts. Okay, so this is gonna go. These may not be all that stable. How far up do they go? Yeah, that was nuts. That dude looked like he died. Like he just went end over end like a physics experiment. And I'm like, well, that guy's dead. Okay, this tightens it up a little bit, but I'm still not really 100% sure about this construction. It's a little wonky, but it seems to be okay. It seems to be holding up okay. Gloucester. Gloucester. I think it's Gloucester. So this isn't a real good, the build for this one, the engine and the wings coming off the engine are a little tighter and closer together, but I wanted to get, oh, I just thought of a really better way to do it. Dang it. Anyway, I wanted to get a hex, a six-sided, I think I still needed one of these, six-sided method of doing this. So this was what I came up with. And hopefully it works. Don't need that, that was extra. So it's predicated on the fact that if you twist these two different Technic triple things, that it creates a six-sided object. And that's what that other one was for. And this piece in here is just to look funny. That's all it is. When I did the Red Dwarf, I had to figure out a six-sided container, and I found a good way to do it online Worked out really well. But there are some things that Lego just doesn't want to do. Hope this works. Yeah, that works pretty good. It's gonna spin, but I don't want it to spin. But that works pretty good. All right, so now we need to do the rest of the pontoons. These are going to be this and this. These are going to be pretty easy, so this should be pretty done. I was going to say we're about done for today. So maybe I will poke back in and see what other microfighters we can do next while we've got some time. Let's see how that goes. Why do I have extra? I have 2 extra. Trying to see where those extra may have gone. Maybe I just grabbed some thinking that was what I needed. Yeah, I like the Technic greebling. It looks pretty good. Ideally, these are covered and it's just a 6-sided intake, but I couldn't quite figure out how to do that. So, so this is what we're doing. And I think it works fine. Oh, I did have those other pieces. Okay, well, these are extra. I don't know why I didn't see them before. Don't know why I have these in here. I think those are extra. That's extra. These are extra. So I put a lot of pieces in here thinking that maybe I would try to build it with the pieces I had that weren't the right color. But I ended up not doing that. What is... Oh, okay. Actually do need these. Gotcha. Don't necessarily think those were needed, but... Now I think the character, I don't remember, but the character had a cape in the show. But I don't think her figure that you get in the set has a cape. So, yeah, this is all extra pieces. This is almost a whole Microfighter worth of pieces over here. But that's pretty much it. Don't think anything different on the bottom. Yeah, those are okay. I mean, it's not great. But yeah, so there's your... And I can go get the regular ship. One of the few times I actually have a ship to compare it to. So here's your actual ship. And here's your Microfighter. I think it's a pretty good approximation. It's the same color. It's easily the same color. Some different choices on like where to put the greebles and where to put the highlights and stuff, and yeah, you can see this is a really nice piece to have on the back of the engine or the back of the canopy. But look at that. That's just that little bitty, that's the whole engine. And it's right behind, like, that's where I want to sit, is directly in front of the thruster. So, but yeah, it's got the same blaster locations and I think it looks good. Now she doesn't have a cape. I don't think her figure has a cape. So we don't have to worry about her cape dragging off the back of the thing, whatever. I there you go. So there's your 2 microfighters for the day, and another robot. So to finish this, so this is all done. I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and save it because I think I added a piece or 2 in there, and I'll make instructions for these 2 as well as the other recent ones soon, and I'll put them up on Rebrickable. I don't think I'd want to change how any of this gets put together. Oh no, there's a couple people in here. I think Cliff lurks, so. But Mayo, if you missed it, this is Boot Knife's robot, Warhound Mark II. I'm missing a couple needed pieces, like some round bricks on the toes there, and some of those angled tiles, 1x2 angled tiles there, and on the back, right there. But overall, that's a pretty solid design for a compact robot mech. So that's pretty cool. And then of course these microfighters. I'll really quickly show Paladin class. In case you are unfamiliar with this ship. Paladin class Corvette. I think it has a name, the one Jedi Training Cruiser. That's the only thing it really has to go by. But yeah, so this is a really weird looking ship. And especially the engines in the back. So I think we did a pretty good job of those engines in the back. I like the way that turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. This is the Hu Yang training ship. Yeah, so we're done with this series of microfighters for the last whatever. So the next step is to try to figure out what ones to do next, whether to design some more or just build ones that we've got. My thinking is, because I have to go by what figures I have. And if those figures are known to exist kind of with a ship. I can do, this is, I'll get back to the building. This is the, it's not Rowan Freemaker, but it's one of the Freemaker people. And there's a ship called the Arrowhead, which I've already got designed, so we could build that one. I've got a Jedi Interceptor. I don't think we've got a microfighter of a Jedi Interceptor. The small ones, not the Delta sprites, but like the Eta class. I think it's Eta class. I don't think there's a microfighter for that. And I don't know that I've got one. There's one that's somebody else's design, but I wouldn't mind taking a crack at designing one. So that's to be designed. I've saved parts. What is this? A Naboo Starfighter. I've already got parts for this, but I think it's already a set. The Naboo Starfighter set came out, so we don't need to worry about that. There's the troop drop ship. We got Phasma. I have a design for that, but again, I wouldn't mind taking a crack at redesigning it so I can display it, because I think Phasma, I think the figure is pretty cool. A Resistance transport. I think I have a design for this. This is the one that looks like a B-wing that's laying flat on its side. And then Sebulba's Pod Racer. I don't think I did have a design for that. So there's a handful of things we could work on. Let's check out the files and see what we got. So, Arrowhead. this is the arrowhead, and I forget what the dude's name is that goes with it, but this is one that can be built. What was the other one I was thinking? The resistance transport. I have to view these. List. Nope. Details. Alphabetical. Resistance. Bomber, Y-wing. Oh, I don't have one yet. I didn't design it. So that must mean somebody else has designed it. So I have this group of... Whoops. I have a group of ones that aren't mine. Let's see if we can view it larger icons. So like this is basically just a recoloring of the actual set, but it's a CIS tank. This is just kind of a recoloring of the official AT-AT. I've already got this one built. This was Darth Designer. This is a friend, YouTube friend, who does a lot of World War II or fighter aircraft, helicopters, battleships, things like that. He does some good work. This was somebody else's. These Delta 7 are somebody else's. I've got one of these built. Here's that first order transport. Try not to look at it too much, but yeah, you can see there's a couple of these. I've got that one built. Oh, there is a Jedi Interceptor. Okay, so somebody already did that one, and that's fine. Yeah, there's a handful in here that I'd really like to build, but they are not my design. This one is cool, but it's way overly complicated. I have built the Tanta V4. This is just based off the TIE Fighters. It's just a guild TIE Fighter. I've done my own MC80, so, or MC90, 75, whatever. So we could redo it and just kind of add some wings on it and be the Liberty, right? This one's hard to do because you'd need a Grievous figure, but I'd like to do the Malevolence. So yeah, there's a couple in here I'd like to do or redo. B-Wing, I did my own. So, and a T-16. The T-16, they came out with an official set. And then the Republic gunship, they came out with an official set of the gunship, but you can recolor it. So I feel bad about any of these that are like, they're kind of, and these are all done based off pictures. Like I had to reverse engineer a lot of these just based off photos. So anyway, yeah, we could redo, you design a ship for Phasma, like one that she would fly. I feel like she's such a grunt, like a troop person. I don't think she would have a ship. I think she's like, just based off the character alone, I feel like she's more of a, I'm with my platoon, I'm in a drop ship. I think that's how she operates. I don't think she's got, I don't think she would want a, her own ship. So yeah, there's a lot that I haven't, let's see, haven't designed or gone through yet. There's some of these Yuzong Vong ships that are a little more unique, but it'd be hard to design a figure for them. Does she fly a Special Forces TIE Fighter? That's another TIE Fighter. She fly a Special Forces TIE Fighter like Iden Versio flew, because the TIE Fighters for the First Order are almost the exact same as the TIE Fighters for the Empire, and even the Imperial Special Forces were striped differently. They may have had a extra little bit of weaponry on them, but if I get a new Ventress figure, which we might because of Star Wars Underground, Tales from the Underground, I could do her new ship. See, a lot of these are EU ships. Like, there's no way I could get a Talon card figure. I'd have to kit bash it. This is a Admiral Sloane. This is a clone of the Emperor. This is Prince Gizor. They're going to do. I've already got that one built. I don't know what I'm talking about. the First Order flag, the Supremacy? You mean Snoke's ship? Yeah, I've got that in here somewhere. Here it is. Snoke's ship. The bigger the ship, the less interesting it is as a microfighter. Because these are just big gray triangles. But yeah, I mean, you can get a Snoke figure and put him in there, right? Already done that one. These are like later, like Fell Empire Sith fighters, Sith Fury class. I'd love to do this one, but is it Darth Malgus? That figure is extraordinarily expensive. This is a new show. The Silver Angel was on like a season 7 of Clone Wars, I think, where Ahsoka kind of fled to the underground. This would be easy enough to do, a Sentinel class, although I think I've already built that one. This is one I'm trying to get done. Maybe Sebulba. I'll do Sebulba's ship next as a build. I think that would be pretty cool. I do have an Anakin pod racer, but I'm redoing it. I'm perpetually redoing it. Already got that one done. This is High Republic stuff. This is Old Republic. I've already got that one built. I don't remember where the Rendarin class shuttle came from. The Red Shifter. This is what's his name from the Old Republic. Rebel 1, which is just a stolen CIS carrier. Done. This would be kind of fun, but again, I think the Admiral Sato figure is pretty expensive. But I like this one because you can make little ships to attach to it as part of the build because it's a carrier. I want to do this one too and get a trench figure, but the only trench figure that I've been able to find is, and I'll check that out in a second, Boot Knife. Yeah, this looks just like, that looks like an Inferno Squadron TIE Fighter, which is fine if, you know, it's later. I'm surprised, like, what's his name from Star Wars Resistance that had the red TIE Interceptor, basically. Baron Von Reg or something like that. Anyway, I'm surprised she didn't have something like that, like a TIE Avenger, like a First Order TIE Avenger or TIE Advanced. This would be fun to build. I'm going to see if I can find that Admiral Trench figure. Because I want this one, but it was a custom build. And it was... I don't think he still has it. It was like $200 because it was a lot of custom. Yeah, it was a custom build. Images. Kind of like this. That's really rad. They custom printed or molded this head, and then it's a 3-armed body piece, which is mostly, it looks like it's regular arm pieces so they can move, and then 2 arm pieces probably like on the back of it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, well, what's his name? Von Reg. Major Von Reg. But I think his name... Elric Von Reg. Baron Elric Von Reg. I don't know why he was called a Baron. He held the military rank of Major. There's not a whole lot to him. Oh, and The von Reg family, an aristocratic family. Major and Baron Elric von Reg was a ranking officer. His own personal tie, Baron space superiority. Yeah. So yeah, he was the guy who had the red tie interceptor. He had this ship. Lego actually did a version of that, but I've already done that one. Some of these are like really obscure, you know, fan ships, or just recoloring. You know, this is the Partisan X-Wing kind of thing. Here's what I had for the pod racer, but I think it's very part heavy, and I think it can be done better. So I'm like, I was always reworking it a little bit. This one would be kind of fun to do. I don't think I've done that one. There's an AT-8, an AT-AT crane from Mandalorian. I could do the Boga that Obi-Wan was riding on Utapau. All right, Mayo, take care. Yeah, there's a few of these in here. This would be kind of cool. Star Shuttle. I could probably get a Chancellor Valorum figure or something to have him cruise around in that. Be pretty easy design. This, I would love to get this. This is pretty close to, this is what I used to base the Paladin class Corvette on. This is a Defender class. But this figure, the Jedi Consular, because this was an actual set. Lego made a set of this, and this figure is, let's check the price on this. The Jedi Consular. Last I checked, it was pretty pricey. Yeah, 85 bucks to start. So I wouldn't mind it, but I'd have to like find it or something. Look at the items for sale in the US, and I'd even take a used one. So yeah, 60 bucks. I don't even mind it being in bad condition, but still. So, all right, well, it's afternoon, it's noonish. I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate you guys coming by. Again, we got a couple of our Microfighters. We got a couple Microfighters built, and we got a neat robot or mech done from Noble, from Boot Knife. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. I think Thursday, provided I'm still streaming, I will be, yeah, nothing going on Thursday, so I'll be back probably doing some design work, either more Microfighters or Q2 Stadium. I know Q2 Stadium is kind of boring for everybody, but got to get back into it. I think I'm going to try to start building up some Technic stands to hold the roof up through the back of the shops that I got built. But I also want to take a look at how big the Jumbotron is and look up tablets. Start pricing a tablet and see what the biggest tablet I can get in there is, because I think the Jumbotron is probably going to be about this big, and I found a tablet that's like 14 inches. So I'll do some measurements and see. I'd hate to spend $300 on a tablet and then it not fit. So, but we can always build a frame around it and drop it in there. The idea is so it can play what looks like the hype video from the stadium or something like that. So we'll take a look at that next time. All right, guys, have a good rest of your weekend. I wish you well. I hope you do some Lego building. Stay safe, stay friendly, stay nice to each other, and I will talk to you soon.